Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, you know there's blood in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you're supposed to buy the assets, when there's blood in the streets. And you have one job, ladies and gentlemen. Know when to buy. And some people are already saying, Eric, there's no way to know when they're at the bottom of the market. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to know when it's the bottom of the markets, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, any asset class. You just need to know that it's down significantly. That is a good time to buy, and especially when the Federal Reserve is being our friends, helping us, right? By raising interest rates, lowering assets value, because most of it is derivatives. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Stop struggling now. Gear, check, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I want to thank you so much for being here on the Monday night. And please share the videos. The reason why? I just dropped 3 videos today. Yeah, I know a lot of you probably don't know about it right now because I just dropped one about 5 minutes ago. Team FTX exposed. That's right. Everybody's talking about FTX exchange going down, all the derivatives. Blood is in the street for crypto. Blood is in the street for stocks. Blood is in the streets for real estate. If you can't get your asset classes now, ladies and gentlemen, because gold and silver are still being manipulated down, then this is not what you should be investing in. Because again, this is opportunity knocking, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to have to recognize blood is in the streets everywhere, and you need to take advantage. And if you're here, we're going to talk about the advantages. Let me see who's in the house first before we get started. Shall I? All right, let's see here. Oh, I just canceled something in the background. Gave me a notice. All right, Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, with the icon next to his name. And in case you don't know what that means, he's a member of the channel. And not only a subscriber, but a member of the channel. They receive special messages under the community tab. They can join me on Wednesday night live streams or any live stream on screen. But on Wednesday night, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. But tonight and Fridays, everybody can be in the chat room. So anything you want to talk about, it's an open mic night here, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it here in the SSN Nation. Discussions are open. And Laverne Penix, also known as Mr. Cool around these parts, he brings his tagline. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's make some money. That's the idea right now, because it's Money Making Monday live stream. And once again, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. And let me know if you received the notification and saw the YouTube trailer, because once again, they don't like giving out the YouTube trailers or the notifications. So please let me know if you received that. And thank you so much, Laverne Penix, for letting me know that. Good evening. Look who's in the house as well. Auntie Val is here, a.k.a. Professor Auntie Val is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And she brings her tagline, good evening, fam. And she's showing the heart with the support and with the strength. Thank you so much once again. And with the icon next to her name as well. And that means 2 people now got the notification and saw the trailer. Oh, this is awesome. We started off on a good night so far. And look who else is here. Little families in the house. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. A lot is going on over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and it's going to continue, ladies and gentlemen. Check your crypto. Oh, no, not check your crypto. Get your crypto off of exchanges. Get your crypto in your hands. Your keys, ladies and gentlemen. Do not leave them anywhere. Little fam, hey, how you doing? And once again, thank you so much for your support by being here as well. And it's Money Making Monday for everybody watching this on the other platforms. Thank you so much. And also do this, share the videos, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into a few things today. You know, there's something very interesting that happened today. The stock market. Let's just go with one of the asset classes, the stock market. In case you're new here and don't understand the situation with the stock market, when you know the top 10% of the wealthiest people in all of America and around the world own 89% of the stock market, now you understand why the Federal Reserve caters to the top 10%. Now you understand why the politicians cater to the top 10%. Because if the stocks go down, that means you, me, other people who aren't in the top 10%, who do we give our money to when we're going to buy stocks? I know some of you are going, I have a pension fund. I put my money in a 401k. That means you gave it to somebody. You don't hold custody. When you said, hey, I'm getting 1% from the bank, you gave your money to the bank. When you said, hey, I'm going to buy stocks on Robinhood, Webull, Fidelity, Schwab, E-Trade, you put your money on there and they're holding your stocks. Think about it. You know what they're doing with all of these assets from millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, billions of people? They're turning around and borrowing off of it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Borrowing money from your money, giving us nothing in return. Then they go out here and buy up homes, buy up apartment buildings, buy up anything they want, including the yachts and airplanes. So you are fueling their income. That's why we love the people's money, which is crypto. But now we're under siege because FTX, the bank man did what banks do. He did the same thing in crypto, went around, borrowed money from a token that he made up, aka our paper money, made up and then borrowed against it, and then went around and bought up companies, did sponsorships, paid people all kinds of money, went on Congress, talking, TV. So here we go today, ladies and gentlemen. All of a sudden, the stock market was sky high. It was rolling. It was rolling earlier today. And then later on in the afternoon, all of a sudden, it did a U-turn. Now, I don't know about you, but I thought that was kind of strange. I didn't hear any news, but there's something else that was very strange about the stock market. Here's what also was strange right here. All these guys that was validating this guy. Something else I wanted to show, but it didn't come up. But they're validating this guy. Sitting here, as you can see, he's Washington lobbyist severed ties with FTX founder Sam Bankman, who's going to be fried after crypto exchange implodes. So there's blood in the streets in crypto. Are you going to be buying some crypto, ladies and gentlemen? Now, I'm not saying buy some now or buy some a month from now or 2 months from now, but wouldn't it make sense if you actually looked at acquiring some crypto after there's a major downturn? Can it go down any further? It's possible, because I believe, let me know what you guys think. I believe it's going to go down further. You know why? Because SBF, he was leveraging billions. And guess where he got some of this money from, as we already went over? Sequoia Capital, hundreds of millions. BlackRock, who knows what that is? That's probably $1 billion or $2 billion. The pension fund in Ontario, Canada, hundreds of millions. And other Wall Street companies and banks gave him money that haven't come forth yet, borrowed, ladies and gentlemen, or Series A, B, C, D, when he did their funding, all billions in the end, C and D. All that money is tied up. And then he turned around and said, let me borrow billions from you. And then he used borrowed funds to go buy other failed entities, crypto exchanges such as Voyager initially, but it did not complete. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's blood that's going to be dished all over in the streets, and it's going to roll into Wall Street as well. So all I'm saying is, this is a once in a lifetime tsunami effect. Even the Great Depression didn't have this all going on. All they had going on was, hell, we're not going to buy anything from anybody else around the world. We're going to be isolationists, build America only, and everybody else F off. But see, what you don't understand is you always have to trade. You have to have trading partners. Somebody has to buy your goods. If I can't really sell you something if only two of us are in the room and I have the product, you don't have any money. And after I sell you one of the products, you're not going to want to buy from me again. So now both of us are going to be broke. So we need somebody else to come from outside of our room and buy some stuff from me. So then somebody can work for me. So then we have an ecosystem. So we can buy goods and services all over the place. So that was one of the things back then. One of the other things back then, stocks and doing what Bankman did. Pieces of paper, turn around and say, hey, this is worth $100. It's just a piece of paper, though. So then they turned it into derivatives. Same thing that they're doing today. The Roaring 20s, we had the Roaring 2010s to the 2021. Same scenario, ladies and gentlemen, except this is far worse. More derivatives, because BlackRocks of the world, the Sequoia Capitals of the world, the Federal Reserve System, they're loaning money that they don't have. Nor are they going to be able to collect when you have bankruptcies like FTX bankruptcy. Now, here's what I want to talk about also. Here's what's not on this CNBC, is the one that I actually wanted to talk about, is that one of the Fed chairs early this morning said something like this. And I can't find it. Here it is, right here. This is what I'm looking for. This is what this Fed chair said. Do you know why she said this? Because we need the stock market to go back up. So what do? You wake up one day and make an announcement, knowing full well you're the Federal Reserve and people are going to listen. And what do people want to hear? What would you do if the top 10 percenters are calling you up going, man, we can't deal with this. We can't deal with these interest rate increases anymore. And so you go, don't worry about it. Blue horseshoe, Wall Street reference, ladies and gentlemen. Fed chair comes out and says it may be soon. Says it's may be, wait, what's that? This is not even worded properly. Says it may soon. Okay, I'm not talking properly. It may soon be appropriate to move to slower pace of rate hikes. Does that not sound bullish to you? Wouldn't the stock market be like hip, hip, hooray? That's exactly what they did earlier this morning. But unfortunately, there's no amount of talking that's going to get you out of this mess, Fed Vice Chair Brainerd. You guys keep printing money. You guys keep giving people loans. And it ain't us you're giving loans to. You're allowing the people that buy the loans to leverage it and buy other things that are going down in value. You guys are the problem. And trying to prop it up by words ain't going to work this time. So you're going to have to increase the interest rates next month. We all know that. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, there's blood in the streets and we're going to take advantage of it. So you better stay tuned and be here for it, because over the next 12 months, we're going to be cleaning up, because this is the chance for you to get, I know a lot of people are sitting here going, generational wealth. Hold on, all I make is $30,000 per year, Eric. How's this going to happen? Well, how's this going to happen? You missed the last live stream. You should have been on it, because then you might have found out that home builder prices have dropped like 70, 80%. Some of those home builders, their stocks are less, they're penny stocks. $2, $3, $5. We're going to let it fall even further. Then I think you can say, hey, let me get $100 worth of these little penny ante stocks as they get crushed over the next 6-7 months. And then on the other side, when Miss Brainerd decides and her cohorts decide to reduce interest rates sometime next year, and then in 2025, home prices are all back up to all-time highs, their stocks will be back up to all-time highs, and you brought them at cheap prices that you can afford. How about that? Get your pen, pad, and paper ready, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's a good start, I think. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that, because look who else is in the house. Georges Charles is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And he brings a tagline. He says, let's do this. And Georges Charles has been doing it. He's been doing the damn thing, because we have two-prong attacks, ladies and gentlemen, because notice I talk stocks. Notice I mentioned real estate. But see, Georges Charles been listening. He's over there doing pre-construction, locking in his prices right now, ladies and gentlemen. And he sees the future, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Georges Charles Primavera 4, you guys haven't been paying attention. Those 2,500 square feet, those 2,000 square feet villas. Well, guess what? All villas being sold in Vista Cana, Punta Cana region, they're all over 300 grand right now, ladies and gentlemen. All of them, except for Primavera properties that you guys already know about since 6-7 months ago. In fact, you knew about it 2 years ago, and you could have bought yourself a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Granted, it was only 1,500 square feet, but you could have bought one then like 120, 100,000. Now it's worth 250 or 300 G's, because they're not selling villas that are like 3 or 4 bedrooms under 300 G's anywhere in Punta Cana that I can find. Brand new, I'm referring to. So again, we have a winner in the house, ladies and gentlemen. An emerging millionaire's here. He's in the house. All right. Thank you so much, Georges Charles, for being here. And pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be dropping videos about those $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 villas that are no bigger. Well, no, they are bigger. They're 3,000 square feet. Luxury villas. But who's going to be buying these $350,000, $550,000, $650,000? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be off the chart. Let's see. Professor Auntie Val, she's been doing her due diligence, her research. And what does she come up with? She says, my targets still hold 500 to 700 for ETH, 7,500, 1,170 for BTC. Ladies and gentlemen, she's not doing the blood in the streets all of a sudden. She's been saying this all year. This has been her targets all year. So again, blood in the streets means be patient, relax, because this is going to be a once in a lifetime tsunami that you're going to be able to pick up real assets. They're trying to pull the plug on the FTX, which is what they're doing, and it's going to affect the market. So they're doing it twofold. Now it's going to be calls for regulation. Yoo-hoo, waha. We want regulation, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not scared of regulation. You got two choices: hands off or regulate. Either way, you're going to win with the people's money. The reason why you're going to win is that you can move the money all across the world in an instant. In case you do any international banking or anything and you need to send money to people, you guys know what you have to do, usually a wire. SWIFT needs to be invoked. So it's a lot easier to just send it to them that way. The world is huge out here. We have to take advantage. And there's opportunities on all the continents. South America, North America, Europe, Africa, Russia, China, Singapore, India. Opportunities are everywhere, but it's kind of hard to transact when you have to change dollars into pesos and dollars into rubles and do all this crazy nonsense. But see, ladies and gentlemen, one thing you're going to learn here, and you have learned in the future, we go international because we're not going to have anybody blocking us. So therefore, we need crypto to survive, ladies and gentlemen, but we also need to get rid of these clowns in the industry, right? But they're everywhere when there's money involved, ladies and gentlemen. Not your keys, not your crypto. This should be imperative now. You should be holding your crypto. Don't let anybody else hold it. Take them off the exchanges. In fact, I'm glad people have been adhering to these rules because, again, she said it twice. My target's 500, 700, 7,500, 11,700. I agree with you. All right. George's Charles says Primavera 4 all the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is pre-construction. These villas are $250,000 for a 2,600 square foot villa, $272,000 for that same 2,600 square foot villa, except you can turn it into a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath for 20 G's more instead of a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. Balcony, pool included. And in the complex, they have their own beach, sand, beach, man-made lake, all that with soccer fields, with basketball courts, with the child play area, a clubhouse, a bar, a restaurant, just for starters, ladies and gentlemen. And other items, the fitness centers, the game room, all that is there. Okay, search the channel for Primavera 4 because here's the other kicker. That's the most expensive one. You can get a 2,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath townhouse. How about that? I believe it's $175,000 if I'm not mistaken. But it might be a little more, 190. I just can't remember the numbers because it's absurd right now. You can get in, no credit check, no qualifying. That's what we like. No barriers to entry, ladies and gentlemen. You have no excuses. You can get in now. All right, let's keep going, shall we? Victor Marrero is here. He's trying to get the new title of Mr. Worldwide. Just came back from Punta Cana, just came back from Spain. Now he's going to the Puerto Rican territories. I love it. That's a beautiful thing. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house with the icon next to your name. That means he's a member of the channel. How do you become a member of the channel? You got to hit that money sign below the chat room on the mobile. I finally saw it. All right. He brings his tagline, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we try to do every time. And all I got to say is if you're here and you have questions or want to talk about anything, we have a chat room. It's wide open. You can ask. We can talk about it. I'll put it up on the screen. All right. Now, Victor Marrero, thank you so much for being here once again. He's the early adopter in Punta Cana. 2018, he bought something over there, Cana Rock. All right. And speaking of Primavera, again, I plan to make it a 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath, ladies and gentlemen, because they have a shower head out back and it backs up to the bathroom wall for the master downstairs. So the builder is going to say, no problem. I'll just plumb a toilet out because it's on the wall because there's a shower already there. The sewer was already coming there. That just got to go another 2 feet, maybe 3 feet. And that's it, underground. And now you have a toilet, a shower, and a sink can be put in easily. It's worth it. 4 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. People are outside in the pool. The pool's included. And then now they don't have to come in the house to dry off, clean up, do anything. They have a full bath outside. I love that. I love that, quite frankly. That's like luxury, ladies and gentlemen. And every room has its own full bathroom, otherwise known as an ensuite. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? That is also luxury. And 2,600 square feet, it might not sound like a lot, but it is. When you start talking about every time somebody goes into their room, they have a full bath and that's it. That cuts down on a little space out in the living room, dining room, but 2,600 square feet, it can be done because 3 bedrooms with 3 full bathrooms are upstairs. They're not downstairs. Plenty of room. And a patio, balcony, and loft is upstairs. So there's plenty of room, ladies and gentlemen. And the master upstairs has its own patio and balcony. It's a beautiful design. I love it. It's a beautiful design. And so you put all that together, it's called winning, ladies and gentlemen, as Charlie Sheen made it so infamous a few years back. Victor Marrero, I'm actually connected from Puerto Rico. Oh, he's already there. All right, Mr. Worldwide Jr. is making it happen. He's over in the PR. Okay, Victor Marrero, he's looking for derivatives, ladies and gentlemen. He's over there shopping for real estate as we speak. What's it look like, Victor Marrero? We know we have to look at numbers. You have to do your due diligence. And if anybody knows anything, I don't want to hear people talking around here about some things. I dropped a video about Team FTX Exposed because I saw all these videos today where people are reaming the Meet Kevins, the Stephen Grahams, the Andre Jakes, Jeremy Lefebvre, Tom Nash, Minority Report. Yes, I put their fit pictures in the YouTube thumbnail as well. But I'm not talking about like they did something wrong, because I'm going to tell you guys, like I said before, let me know, Victor Marrero, because if I say anything like, hey, go get something in Punta Cana, go buy this stock, go buy FTX token, go be on their exchange because these guys gave me 100 G's or 50 G's. Now, first things first, if some company gave me money to promote them, then I would probably tell you, although probably, I would tell you they're giving me money to promote. A company like FTX, come on. They sponsor people. So they have a deal. They're vetted already. BlackRock's invested. Sequoia's invested. All these companies that are on Wall Street investing in these guys. Do you really think that if this guy calls me up and says, Eric, we'll give you 50 G's if you talk about us in a few videos, then I'm going to sit here and think like, oh, yeah, they're scammers. The CEO is sitting at Congress, sitting there in the House of Representatives talking to congressmen. Congressmen are saying, yeah, man, we're going to help out with getting crypto on board with regulations. Thank you so much, bank man. Explain exactly how these YouTubers are supposed to, or anybody else is supposed to think FTX is going to be a problem. And then you have, like I said, BlackRock, Sequoia, pension funds, Wall Street making investments into their company and giving them billions of dollars of loans. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be blaming YouTubers. I'm going to be blaming you. You're supposed to be doing your own due diligence. You're supposed to be out here making sure that whatever you invest in, you have to clear it. No matter what I say, no matter what anybody says, you got to clear it and take responsibility for your money. Now, Victor Marrero's over here in Puerto Rico. He's thinking about investing in a place over there, passive income. What would it look like if he said, oh, Eric, you know, this guy called me up. He said it's a great deal. Oh, you know what? And he's like on YouTube. He's one of the big YouTuber dudes. And he said, buy this condo because it's a great deal. What would he look like later going, oh, man, I'm blaming that guy on YouTube that told me this. I believed him. Come on, guys. This isn't how it works. You're supposed to do your own due diligence at all times. Yes, People's opinions sometimes matter, but it does not matter when it comes to departing with your money. You still have to do a little due diligence before you feel comfortable. So anyhow, maybe we're going to find out from Victor Marrero. It's real estate, ladies and gentlemen. It's already built. It's not pre-construction. All right. So we're going to find out. Vanessa Gate, the seamless genius, is in the house. And if you missed Friday night live stream, shame on you, because she gave us the Airbnb business opportunity. Yeah, go back and check the Friday night live stream, ladies and gentlemen. She came up with another one. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. And she says, hey, boss and SSN fam, show me the money. That's right, Cuba Gooding Jr. Show me the money. Show me the money. That's right. Exactly. It's money time, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying this all year long. It's been money time for the pre-construction. So we got you guys on the right track from the get-go, from 2 years ago. Even now, not too late. Now we're getting you on the money with the stock market, which not too late. And we have you on the money and on the trends to go up for other items as well. Now, you guys know I made a video 3 months ago about gold and silver. Just a little, not a lot, because it's transactional. Most people would think a 25-cent silver piece, instead of it being worth $20, they think it's worth 25 cents. So you can't blame anybody, because that's what it's going to say, right? Or a dollar, silver dollar, sorry. People will think it's a dollar because it says $1 on it. But you say, hey, it's got silver in here. It's an ounce of silver. It's worth $20 an ounce. And people are looking at you like, I'm sorry, sir, that can only buy you $1. So that's why I say be very careful. I'm not a stacker, but there are some stackers here. But you should have a little bit of green and a little bit of gold and a little bit of silver, because those are always tradable commodities if you go to the right place that values gold and silver. You're not going to leave that gold and silver at the grocery store and get the value that it shows on there, right? You're going to take it to a place that says, hey, oh yeah, let me weigh this. Let me see if it's legit. What's going on? Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that $1,800 for that ounce of gold. That's what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Or in this case, $2,500, $3,000 for that ounce of gold, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to show the money. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Davis is in the house. Speaking of the financial industry, here's the man. Mr. Financial is in the house tonight. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name as well. And he brings his tagline, good evening, SSN family, and always be making money. That's ABMM around here, ladies and gentlemen. That means passive income is needed. Where are we going to get passive income from? We have a few shots here. We have a few ideas here. And also, if you want to get updates on the stock market, Mr. Financial, Curtis Davis, he's also AKA Chili Davis with 2 L's. You guys go check him out. He has his own channel. And he gives stock updates, crypto updates, earning call updates, all kind of financial updates on his Chili Davis channel. Go check him out. Subscribe to the channel. He's part of the SSN Nation for life. And smash his like buttons, just like you should be smashing the like button here so the YouTube guys know that you're in the house tonight. All right, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. You takes no risks, no rewards. Exactly. No matter what you do, you have to take a risk. This is not 1950 to 1990. All right. This is not that era. You are not going to sit there and say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and work at this job, live paycheck to paycheck or a little better. And then you're going to give it to a 401k. And then 20, 25 years later, the money's going to be sitting there. Savings and loan debacle ruined that in the late 80s, 88, 89, 90. The 2008 bank crisis, and banks went out of business and took all your funds. That should have taken out your utopian thoughts of this. So just like not your keys, not your crypto, if you throw your money in banks and all over the damn place, potentially it could be gone, especially in an era like this. People were working for Sears. They thought they were all good when they retired. They had pension funds coming in. All of a sudden, Sears is out of business. All of a sudden, the millionaires voted to not give these people their pension money because we're going to run out. So instead of giving it to them, we're just going to keep some of it. See, this is the problem now, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you have to have your passive income, your extra streams of income. You can't just sit idly by and think that 20, 30 years from now, all's going to be good. Look at what's happened. 13 years ago, all wasn't good. 9 years before that, the dot-com bust, all wasn't good. 10 years before that, savings and loan debacle, all wasn't good. And now here we are in COVID era, and now we have crypto meltdowns. All is not good. There's more fallout from this because the BlackRocks of the world, there's going to be smaller companies that gave them loans, smaller companies that invested in FTX, a large percentage of their money, and they're going to be toast. And a lot of these companies took as collateral, guess what? FTX tokens that are worthless. That's not going to be good. All right, here we go. He's been doing some checking. Check the Airbnb we talked about today, located at the exclusive area of El Condado. Okay, the ocean view is stunning. I'll email you the video. Spoke to a realtor today. Aiming at low 200K. Okay, Victor Morrell, we got to be succinct about this. Are you talking about low 200Ks? But that was for a one bedroom, wasn't it? No. Wait, that was a studio, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a huge studio that I would have put up a wall so I can call it a one bedroom. But let me know, because I'm hoping you weren't talking about that one at 200K, because I believe we can only rent it, $95 a night, $120 a night at best case scenario, which 200K for that type of rental, that's not bad. But now we need to know the next step. What is the occupancy rate for vacation rentals in Puerto Rico? That's the $1 million question, because it is not top 1, top 2, top 3 in the Caribbean as far as tourists go. It's a damn shame. America should have already been on that. They should have turned Puerto Rico into freaking Cuba. They should have casinos. They should have all these oceanfront properties, man, because people would be going there. It'd be awesome. All over the island, they have, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, they have a rainforest that people don't even talk about in Puerto Rico. And again, I'll keep saying, Phosphorescent Bay is so cool. If you ever live in a place where the coral, it's nighttime and the coral is lit like it's daytime. And then they have the glass bottom boats and you ride out there and you can't even believe it. You just see straight through the clear water and the coral is lit up, vivid, bright. And you're like, Phosphorescent Bay is like off the charts. Then there's other places on the island where the water goes about 3 inches high. Victor Morrell knows where I'm talking about it. Arecibo. Water trickles this high, ladies and gentlemen. It's so freaking cool. They have a lot of stuff over there. All right. They have, of course, they always have some, entertainment. So, the ATVs and the swinging through the trees and all that stuff, no problems. But all I'm saying is, don't forget the rum. You got to go to the rum factory as well, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Bacardi. All right. Got to go. And they have special rum that, hey, you can't even get in the United States. It's so hot. All right. Just saying. All right. That's just for starters. So how that for my little vacation tour for Puerto Rico. But as you guys know, the infrastructure, the United States treats it as a third world country, doesn't want to put in the billions of dollars that it needs to put in for the infrastructure. They want to give the money to their buddies. But that's a whole nother story, a whole nother day. All right. I think YouTube's audience needed a reality check. Everybody responsible for own actions. Exactly, Curtis Davis. But I just couldn't believe all these videos that came out blaming the guys that was promoting FTX. I'm just like, how in the world would you think FTX is a Ponzi scheme or they're doing anything illegal? The government has vetted them. BlackRock, Sequoia Capital vetted them and said, we're good. All the sports leagues vetted them and said, okay, we'll take your money. We're all good. Shaq, Brady, Kevin O'Leary, a shark, says, I'm going to be a shareholder. They're all good. That right there signifies to me that anything that any YouTuber is going to say, everybody's thinking all these guys are saying it's good. They clearly vetted them. So there must not be a problem with FTX. Now, I can sit here and say, just like I said the other day, you guys know I never talked about FTX. Because Bankman, there's little things that happen. When Bankman comes out of the blue and then he does some other things, I don't mind people coming out of the blue. But he comes out of the blue like guns a-blazing, borrowing billions, buying up companies, billions, spending it like it's water. That's the signs of a drug dealer. Just saying. All right. Not an investor. So needless to say, caution's in the winds. Plus, it was just an exchange at the time. And it's still, well, not anymore, but it's just an exchange. There's already exchanges that are out here. It's not like there's something special as far as the customer, right? So no reason. Now, if he would have called me up and said, Eric, hey, man, we're going to give you like $75,000, $50,000 or something, maybe I would have said, hey, okay, maybe I'd have been like Meet Kevin, Stephen Graham, and all the rest. But they didn't call me up, of course, not big time. So all I'm saying is, even if I would have done something with FTX, you're still going to have to do your own due diligence. Just like when we're talking about cash flow NFT, which is backed by real businesses, but you're still going to do your due diligence. Just like when we're talking about the DebtBox node, you're still going to do your due diligence. That's how it works, no matter what you're investing in. Just like Victor Marrero is sitting over there at El Condado right now, checking his place out. So let me know, Victor Marrero, what's the rental rates? What is the rental rate and what size unit are we getting for 200K? That's the $1 million question. I think YouTubers need a reality check. I agree with you, Mr. Financial. The YouTube prime audience is 20 to 24 years old and haven't done own research or no ethics mean yet. Exactly. DYOR says Professor Auntie Val is not just a catchphrase. Exactly. Do your own research, ladies and gentlemen, because here it is. We are here tonight. You have one job. Know when to buy, because your bullets that's in the chamber, your duffel bag of cash, once that duffel bag of cash departs, you can't use it anymore. So you have to do your own due diligence. We can't win them all, though. Remember that. You can't win them all, okay? You're going to lose. You just don't know when. After you do your own due diligence, you're going to lose sometimes. But what do? You dust yourself off. Because why? You're sitting there going, I have a longer calling to deal with here. I have things that I'm trying to accomplish. And yeah, I lost on that one, but luckily I have another opportunity to get something else going that gives me passive income, or something I have to work for and I'm getting the income coming in, because that's what's going to be needed for the future, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, hold on. Georges Charles says my unit will stand out among all of them. Exactly, Georges Charles, because nobody's probably going to spend the extra 30 G's. And here's the other kicker. Nobody even thinks about adding an extra room, adding an extra bathroom. Only a few people in the whole project will even think about even asking for it, because the builder doesn't have it in any of their plans. So therefore, nobody's going to do that. So you might be like one of less than 10 people in the whole Home Primavera 4 residences that's going to have a 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath. And then when people on Airbnb and they're like, wait, this guy has the same big house, but how is it instead of 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, how come he has 4 bedrooms, 5.5 baths? What's going on here? Now, all of a sudden, people are like, hell yeah, we're staying there because we have 10 people. Every 8 people have their own bathroom. The other two people who are staying in the living room also have a half bath and another full bath, half bath in the house, another full bath on the back patio. So in essence, everybody has their own bathroom, which is awesome when you're on vacation, especially if you have a family or not. You bring friends with you. It always works out better. So yes, that is going to be worth its weight in gold. And you can get it for 200, and I think it's going to be 285,000, somewhere like that, if you get that bathroom done. Yahweh J's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, hello, SSN Nation. Saw the trailer and got the notification. He's only the third person tonight that says he saw the trailer and got the notification. What about anybody else? I can't believe how they treat us here, ladies and gentlemen, after we try and give people some stuff that they can work with financially and passively and residually. And don't forget, the liabilities are coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. You ever wanted to buy a cool-ass car? Well, stay tuned. They're going to be piling up over the next 2-3 months from all the repossessions. They're accumulating. You want to buy a cool-ass boat? They're going to be cheap. All right, I'm just saying. This is the time that you get to pounce on all kind of things you always wanted, because those are the things you can always sell. But if you can buy them at dirt cheap prices, then that means the value is always there. All right. I'll give you a perfect example in a second. Yes, it's a huge studio. I spoke to a few Americans renting in the same building, and they were all loving the place. I have to do the Airbnb numbers next, talking to a local management company. Okay, local management company. What are they doing? Are they 20%, 25%, 30, 35%? Because that's going to matter. Because I was doing some numbers the other day at Punta Cana, and I was like, there's some people doing $95 or $100 a night. In fact, at your spot, Victor Marrero, at Cana Rock. But it doesn't matter just for Cana Rock. But who's ever doing $100 per night, that's $700. So what's ends up happening, just for everybody, this is real estate numbers. What ends up happening is this right here. I'm going to bring up a Google calculator, not the calculator. All right. This is why it's significant the way I look at it, because we do $700. And wait, what's going on here? We're having issues. Okay. We're going to do $700 because it's $100 per night. But then I got to give up 35%. So $245, that's $455 minus let's just call it $20. But anyhow, we'll call it $400. That's all I'm going to make. And that's best case scenarios at $100 per night. So now if you sit there and say, well, I'm going to buy something for $300,000, $400,000, it's all up to you. What do you think? So if you think you're going to rent, let's just say on average 2 weeks a month, that's less than $1,000, right? So now all of a sudden that's $12,000 a year. And if you buy something for $300,000, are you really only going to want $12,000 per year? That's the question, right? Because as you guys know, welcome to the SSN Nation, because you could do something like, well, I won't even use old. I'm just going to go to the REITs, because there's some people here that are new and they don't understand. Here's a REIT right here, ladies and gentlemen, 15%. So just to give you an idea, $300,000 and I get 12 G's, I can get 45,000 G's a year just by leaving that. Well, I don't know if I'd leave 300,000 over here, but if I invested 300,000 in AGNC, I'd be getting $45,000 a year, 15% on my money. That's a far cry from 12. And I don't have to do anything. Set it and forget it. Right? Okay, how about this? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over here, something that most people haven't seen unless you're here. Let's go to Icon. IEP. I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. Stocks, 14.84%. So again, we're around 14% on my money. If I'm going to be spending so if I'm spending 200,000, if I put 200,000 in this stock, let's say, or a combination of stocks, I would still be getting 14, 15 if I put 100,000 over here and 100,000 over there. Either way, I'm getting 30 G's in dividends every year, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bottom. What's going to happen in the good times in the next, after about a year from now, when the stock market, well, it'll start ripping and roaring in about 2.5 years, but it'll start going up sometime next year. All right. So now is the time to get these high rates if you can get them. All right. Okay. You guys want to keep going? These are REITs, though. These are high risk, not the IEP. Icon's not high risk, but Orchard Capital's high risk. AGNC, these are high risk. These are REITs. This is 18%, ladies and gentlemen. So if you had 300,000, that's almost $50,000 a year that you just sit back and collect. So I'm just saying, this gives you options if you have this type of money that you're going to be spending. And then you have to go against something else where you got to actually work. You might have to do something. So this is why the mantra is now buy a home after the second quarter of 2024. So anytime after January, February, March, April, May, June. So July on, start thinking about buying a house. Wait till it gets 50, 60% down. And then some of you are going, I'll never have that amount of money. Eric, I'm saying, yes, you will, because here's what's going to happen. If you buy a home next year at the end, let's say a year from now, the home price is 40, 50, 60% off. When they reduce the interest rates, you're going to have the mother of all roaring 20s again. All right. And that means home prices are going to even be higher than they were during the pandemic. But you're going to be able to buy it below 2019 prices. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you are going, Eric, you're crazy. All right. I was crazy about 2 months ago, until now all the rest of the YouTubers have finally gotten on board and they started making videos talking about, 50% off, 60% off, 40% off. And everybody was thinking I was crazy earlier this year. Well, not sounding so crazy now. In fact, some people started saying I can see 60% off. I was like, oh, wait, now some people getting down there with me as they get more and more information in, because builders now can't do anything. Yes, it's a huge studio. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, just giving you guys some buying up assets, businesses like a street thug. Exactly. There we go. He just said it, Mr. Financial. Here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Buying up businesses during a bad environment, a bad financial situation, is another opportunity. You don't have to start a business. You'll find plenty of people that are tired, because most businesses are run by the owner themselves, and they're just tired because you have employees, you have paperwork, you have to deal with constant firing, rehiring, or hiring, and it just gets to be a lot after 5, 6, 10, 20 years. Next thing you know, they're just like, well, my business made $150,000 in profits, but I'm just getting tired of doing this. So can you give me like 500 G's? And then, of course, most of the time they'll say, you can always make deals where I'll give you a little bit of money down, and then some of the profits, because you're saying it makes this $15,000 per month. How about if I give you $6,000 per month if you carry some of the paper? Most of the time, the owners are kind of all right, because I just want out. So yeah, it makes this money. I have proof. Of course, you're going to do your own research and due diligence. And then you're like, oh, okay, his tax returns are showing this for the last 7, 10 years. All right, he is making this for real. And so now you buy it and they want out. That's what's going to happen over the next year, year and a half, ladies and gentlemen. You have plenty of opportunities here. All right. This is Money Making Mondays, like a street thug. That's what we're talking about here. Mr. Financial, very well put, because it's right in play right now. In fact, there's businesses for sale right now that people don't even know about, and you would never think they're for sale. We're talking about, you wouldn't even believe Fast food franchises, they're sometimes owned individually. They're not owned by the corporation. And you'd be surprised in bad times that these people will be like, oh, just give me $20,000. I want out, and just pay me based on the profits coming in. I just want out. I almost bought I don't remember the name of it. I didn't buy it though, but almost bought a fast food place in Reno, Nevada. The lady literally was just give me 10 G's. I just want out. And they were making profit and everything, but she was just like, I'm just getting tired of dealing with all the crazy. And I was like, okay, well, I did a little due diligence and I was like, hey, wait, do I really want to deal with employees when I don't have to? Forget about it. It's a good idea, but forget about it. All right. I don't believe any other Primavera will have 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath. That's probably correct. I don't think anybody's going to jump up from 253,000 to 200, and he put the price in 283,000. I think you are probably correct. But somebody might, because those new projects in Vista Cana and around Punta Cana, the villas, for a villa that size, they're going to have to spend 350, 400, 450. And once they find out they can come there and get a 2,600 square foot place and have that configuration with the amenities, because the other villas don't even include a pool, nor do they include the basketball court, the fitness center, the soccer field, the playground. They don't even include none of that. So you can imagine what's going to happen with Primavera 4, and everybody's going to start promoting, but it's not going to be that easy for everybody pre-construction wise, no matter where you are. If you need financing, it's not going to be that easy. International financing, your second home is going to be at 10%. And yeah, you might say, okay, Eric, 10% at 120, 150 or 200 G's, no big deal. Well, 10% is going to be a big deal, because that's 2 G's a month for your extracurricular activity. Plus, there's fees involved as well, HOAs on top. And while it's sitting there unrented, you have holding costs. So there's going to be fees that's going to be coming out of your pocket potentially. And especially once they start building a lot of things, we don't know what the occupancy rate's going to be. We are only guessing, our best guess. We're doing our research. It looks like it's going to be a 95% occupancy after they build the infrastructure, but we can't actually say for sure because it hasn't happened. So our best guess, we haven't figured out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking crypto as well. In case if you think FTX is crazy, we have crypto projects that are actually backed by real world. All right. So we're going to talk about that. I show people the video, Miracle Cash and More. They actually have stores right now over in Europe. You buy an NFT, you receive a quarterly payout. They clarified quarterly payout. And there's 7 streams of revenue from that corporate stores, and stores as in plural, the ATMs as in plural, thousands of them, every transaction fee, the exchange that they have, transaction exchange fees, those are shared with NFT holders. That's Miracle Cash and More. There's a link down below for it, but search the channel so you can check out the video for that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. George's, I was also looking for a place close to my parents and at the same time being able to generate income. Parents are also getting into that age where they'll need help. There we go, Victor Morel. That's very nice of you. That's kind of like my saga as well. Until that was my whole thing of coming to the East Coast. But unfortunately, as you guys know, my mom passed away unexpectedly. Wasn't sick, nothing. So, yeah. That's a good thing that you get closer to them. That always helps. James Way's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to his name. And he says his tagline, the rent is too damn high. Good evening, all. Good evening to you too, James Way. Thank you so much for your support with being a member of the channel. And the rent is too damn high. So what do? We need passive income to make sure that we have that money coming in to pay for the rent that's too damn high. And I have good news for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know how the rent has been up in case you have to rent. Just hold on a little longer if you can. Rent prices aren't going to keep staying up there forever. People are making arrangements. People are getting getting a room within homes. People are sleeping on couches. They're doing everything to avoid having to rent a place. So they're not going to have enough renters here soon, ladies and gentlemen, especially since more and more people are actually, unfortunately, going to be living on the street. More and more people are going to be moving back in with their family members. So there's going to be plenty of rentals available, just like there's going to be plenty of homes available on the open market, because foreclosures, they haven't even begun to kick in yet. They're still holding that up, just like they always do. New builders are doing everything they can do without walking away, except some of them are walking away. They're saying adios. We don't even want the deposits. Is that crazy or what? D.R. Horton, look it up. I talked about it. I did a video. I dropped the link. D.R. Horton said $32 million. We're walking away because we can't sell these homes for the prices we want. People that put down that deposit, keep it. Or here it is back, whatever they did, but it's gone. There are several home builders that are walking away from the land. They bought the land. They're saying adios because they can't build these $700,000, $800,000 million homes. Nobody's buying. All-time 25-year low on demand. Just remember that it's a buyer's market coming soon to a city near you. So chill out. The assets are ours. Blood is in the streets for real estate, crypto, stocks. It's all going down. Gold and silver, they're not going to fall down any further, but basically they've been leaned on for the last 10 years. There's no way these prices should be this low for precious metals. That includes platinum, palladium, and all of it. That's what we talk about here. We always have solutions because you have one job, ladies and gentlemen, know when to buy. And we still aren't in the buy zones yet because the Federal Reserve, they're going to do us a big, big favor. It's going to be Christmas. It's going to be the holidays. So what are they going to do? They're just going to do 0.5 more than likely. That's my guess. 0.5. Because they want to send a signal like, oh, we're going to reduce. I'm like, okay, inflation is still going to be 6-7%. What are you guys talking about? Who cares what you guys are doing about this stupid stuff you're doing with the Fed funds rate? Just get it up just go another 2% as far as I'm concerned. And then call it a day. But just don't keep doing this 0.5 now, 0.5 in first quarter, 0.5 in the second quarter. Come on. Just go have some guts. But we know you want to keep your top 10% buddies happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're 1 hour in. If you saw any of the videos that I dropped, which I know not many people have because now YouTube has put the screws to me, ladies and gentlemen. I know you didn't see those videos, but I dropped 3 today. One was a Zoom call that was live at noon, but I got part of it because I started it late, had issues, but it still, Micah was on that Zoom call. And it was cash flow NFT. If you want to get in a crypto project, in fact, I'll just play this because we might have some people that might be interested in this. They have actual stores out right now. So I'm going to play the cash flow. You guys have seen this before, some of you. It's 4 minutes long, but the links are down below. And if you can't afford the cash flow NFT, it's okay. There's other ways that you can still get in on this. All right. We make it happen here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's called Stop Struggling Now. We trying to help you. All right. So check this video out. Get a pen, pad, and paper. Let me give you about 20 seconds. And they have 7 ways. You might see 6 ways that you can, you'll be earning from them. Set it and forget it. No monthly payments. One-time buy, NFT. 6 ways they're probably going to show you. But there's actually 7, and there's an 8th in reality. But here you go. Check out this video.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores, crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to. Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $900,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, talking about crypto projects backed by real world company, real world asset. People can go in, can make phone calls. You saw that. How about another way to make money? There's a link down below under Miracle Cash and More. You can actually refer people because you can be a free affiliate with Cashflow NFT. Refer people to buy the $5,000 NFT. You receive $500 commission. Do that 10 times, you earn an NFT. Do that 10 times, you earn more than an NFT. What do you also earn? You earn part of the global pool, a bonus every month, a share. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's big time. So even if you have no money, there's a way for you to get in. And then, of course, some of you might say, well, okay, well, I don't really have that going on either. Well, then we have a sister property called SSN Lifestyle. And over there, we have something called the Cash Flow NFT 5,000 business opportunity. You can put in as low as $250 up to $2,500 because there's only $2,500 left, but you have to put in 250 increments, 250, 500, 750, 1,000, 1,250. You can pay with your Visa, MasterCard, checking account via PayPal or use USDT and any of the major chains, ERC20, TRC20, BEP20, AVAX, Polygon, Matic, USDT, 250, 500, 750, 2,000, 2,500 maximum because that's all that's left. So that's down below to be in the group economic plan, and the percentage that you contribute is the percentage that you receive on their quarterly payout. So it's that simple. But we have more, ladies and gentlemen, and there's something that I forgot about the stock market since there's blood in the streets and you want to go set it and forget it. I forgot about this one. One of the Fed banks, which is called JP Morgan Mutual Funds, it's otherwise known as JEPI. J as in Jackson, E as in Eric, P as in Paul, I as in India. And you guys might be looking at this at $54.96. That's not so much the thing. The thing is, what they don't put here is the dividend yield. And that's strange because the dividend is $5.78. That means it's double digits, 10.57%. That's what it is right now. JP Morgan is almost like a Fed. Well, it is a Fed bank as far as I'm concerned. So therefore, that's about as safe as you can pretty much get. Because no matter what happens, they're always going to get bailed out. All right. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, there you go with the stock market. It's not so much how far down it is, because whenever there's a bad economy and the Fed hikes their interest rates, banks do better than when they lower them. So that's why their stock is probably going to be going up over the next year, probably reach its 52-week high, I'm sure. And just like Bank of America and Wells Fargo, all of them see 63, 67 is their 52-week high in the last year, but it'll probably approach that over the next year as well. So it's not a bad investment at 10.78% at $54.96 for everybody on podcast. So I just want to throw that one in there too for a little bit more safer margin instead of the high risk REITs that's giving you 14, 15, 16, 18% for Orchard Capital, ORC. So once again, we have solutions for you, ladies and gentlemen, using your money. I don't have a coupon code down below. Some of you might know who that's talking about. I don't have a coupon code down below for you. If you're going to use your money, you're not going to be buying any courses. We're going to try to use them bullets in order to make you some money, because we never know when some of those bullets bounce off and they don't work. Because let's face it, we can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. So some of that little money that we spend that we thought was a good deal, it turns out not being a good deal. So I don't want you sending me some money for my courses. It's the No Guru Zone. All right. So please smash the like buttons, share the videos. And James Way, thank you so much for mentioning this. Saw the videos. Thank you. There's 3 videos dropped tonight. Unbelievable. The team FTX. That one's interesting. I had to do it because I was so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by all these YouTubers dropping videos on the heads of all these big time YouTubers and maybe even not so big time. Well, they're all big time that they're talking about. And they're mad because these guys got who knows what ungodly sum of money. I'm thinking $50,000, $100,000 to talk about FTX. I'm thinking, why would they think that's a problem? And then after people talk about it, they find out that Bankman's the one that's doing the fraud, not these guys talking about it. There's no way you're going to know about the fraud. All right. So I'm not blaming any YouTuber for none of it. All right. Laverne Penix is giving me some news. He says the XPLR nodes are up 2.63% on the day. My XPLR wallet is up to $3,100. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, here goes another project. You don't know what this is. You are in crypto. This is another project. This is a node project backed by oil. Not this particular one, but here's some of the commodities: oil, natural gas, agriculture for growing, aluminum, gold, and then this one, XPLR, is a scanner system from space that can actually find gold, all those items I just mentioned, except for the grow part, and water. So water, natural gas, oil, aluminum, palladium, rhodium. That satellite, the XPLR satellite system, can find all of it. They found it in Nevada, by the way, the largest natural gas deposit in North America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, found in Nevada by the satellite scan system. XPLR, you receive royalties on all of these, whether it's oil, whether it's natural gas. They have partnerships and royalty agreements. Any of the profits they receive, they actually then buy the tokens on the open market. And when you buy the tokens on the open market, then they turn around and burn all of them. So therefore, that reduces the supply and in theory increases the price. That's what's actually been happening. The prices have increased. So this is why he's saying he's excited today, 2.63. The reason why this is exciting, I'm going to tell you guys why this is exciting. Around August, I don't know when he bought his 3, but it was probably around August 20th or somewhere in there. He bought 3 $1,000 XPLR nodes. They were on sale. They had a special for a few days. And that's $3,000. Do you not realize what he just said, ladies and gentlemen? You can see on the screen. September 15th, October 5th, sorry, we'll go the 20th. The September 20th, October 20th, and November 20th, in 6 days, he gets rewards. It mines every night. 24 hours a day, it's mining. That's what the license is for. It's mining the token. So it equals what he has put in less than 3 months. That's what this is. That's why this is significant. Not only is that why this is significant, they have new licenses coming out. They're going to Ghana to the next oil project. Those licenses are $1,000. They may be coming out as soon as next month. He can actually not have to come out of pocket. He could actually take $1,000 and go buy or use the profits from that to buy the next oil node license. And now exponentially, he'll have 4, and all 4 are mining daily. They all have different schedules for having, different schedules for when they're going to buy the tokens, because there's no schedule really. It goes by. They don't want to let people know. The royalties come, the profits come. They just buy on the open market and then burn them. Then they send you a note telling you how much they spent. Last time on the oil, I think it was something like $6 million, something crazy, maybe even 30 million. I'll go in the back office and show you guys what we're talking about here. So we're back to even at this point. Look at this. I have gotten my initial investment back. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is in 3 months. We didn't know this 3 months ago. We thought this was awesome because it's backed by real world companies, crypto, like it's supposed to be. The ecosystem makes perfectly good sense. And at this point, he has his money back. This is awesome. This is awesome. And again, we do have a way you can get in because the XPLR token now costs $2,250. The scanner system to me is the best one. because you get royalty deals and you have other exploration companies who's going to have to pay for the satellite time, the 100,000, the 75,000, the 150,000, 200,000 for them to go find this precious resources underground from space. All that, well, not all, but part of that profits, they're coming to buy the XPLR tokens. They haven't even sent their satellite up yet, ladies and gentlemen. They go up the first quarter. They're on another satellite right now, and they have to pay 75,000 or whatever their arrangement is, 100,000 every time they want to scan something for a few hours. So they're taking up their own satellite, and on the XPLR satellite, they're going to have other companies that are going to pay to be on their satellite, which means it's our satellite, which means we get profits. They're going to buy the tokens and then burn them off, which now means our price is going to increase. It's a beautiful ecosystem, and I like XPLR because it's cheap. The oil, the natural gas is $7,500 as soon as November 18th comes. It's $6,000 for a natural gas license for the node, but it's going to be $7,500 in 3 days. So if you want to get a natural gas node, that's one of the most valuable ones as well. If they were equal, it would be a great toss-up, because if they were both the same price, I would say you can't lose with either one. In fact, you can't lose with any of them. They're all backed by real-world commodities. So you're going to win no matter what. But I think some have more of an upside than another, like the mining for the gold. To me, it's not that much mining is coming from the gold. So therefore, it's not, it's not significant. Whereas if you can get more of these rewards, these tokens, while the going is good, that's what you want, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I'm going to show you. In fact, he's gotten his back. And here we are. Auntie Val throws it up. I will be pulling the trigger on the NFT soon. Yes, he's going to do what you should be doing, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, don't forget, Laverne Penix, the gold, the oil one. I got to give you, in fact, I'm going to have to give some updates. The oil one's going to be coming out next month. They're going to have surprises next month for some $1,000 licenses, not for natural gas, but it's going to be oil, I believe. And it's going to be $1,000. And they're only going to have a limited amount. It was supposed to be in January, but they're going to release some stuff in December, apparently. So this gives us all an opportunity. This is awesome. So he doesn't have to use any more money. He's one of the big dogs now. He gets to actually reinvest some of the profits into another license, whether it's going to be the oil or the XPLR or whatever. But $1,000, we've seen this before. All the licenses started at $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to play a video, and then we'll come back. I'm going to play the video about the DebtBox node, because we have it where it's IX Global. They actually are able to, they're the marketing arm, and they get the nodes or the licenses at wholesale. If you went to the DebtBox, these licenses are going to range from $27,000 up to $70,000 now. So you can become an IX Global member using my link down below in the description. And then you can buy your node there. And the only way you can buy a node there is you're going to have to use crypto. You're going to have to use your Bitcoin, crypto. You order, they give you a QR code, then you send it in, and that's how you get verified. They used to do wires, but apparently there might be an issue. So basically just think crypto, BTC, and you can buy a token, a license. The licenses range, XPLR is $2,250. The aluminum, which is equally nice, $2,250. The GROW, which is agricultural token, $2,500. The natural gas token, $6,000. The oil token is sold out. You can't buy that anymore. So that's your only options beside the DLG, which is gold, and that one's $1,500. But again, I would highly recommend you do your own research, but XPLR and natural gas are tied for one. So either one of those is fine. Aluminum, which is going to be with your EV products coming out, That would be number 3 out of these 5 that are available, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with any of them, really, but those are the ones that have the upside, in my opinion. All right, it's my opinion only. Do your own research. I'm going to play a video right now. Then I'm going to show you the back office, so we'll see how much the node is, or the license that we have for us here at SSN Nation. All right, here's the video for DebtBox. I played it the other day. I've never even really watched this, but check this out. It's explaining it here. But notice about 2-3 minutes in, they start talking about DebtBox, and then how they're going to have these ones that can find Palladium, XPLR, Palladium, Rhodium, all of that, and you get royalties. That's why XPLR is major to me. It's undervalued. They raised the price from $1,500 to $2,250, $2,250. Normally, they would have just raised it $250, but they're selling so many of them that they just ran past the extra $250. They ran past the extra plus $500. They just plus $750 it. The aluminum selling like hotcakes as well. So it's crazy. People are being able to reinvest, because a lot of people, some people have 5 nodes, some people have 7 nodes. So they already have, like he has his 3,000. Imagine if you would have had 7 nodes and now you have 7,000. So you've already bought another XPLR. You already might have bought another natural gas token. And so they don't have to spend any more of their money. It's compounding. So this is a way you compound, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting in early. This is early. This just started a year ago. Hardly anybody even knows about it while they're messing around with these other crypto projects. So here's the video. You guys can check this out, and then we'll go. And also, again, IX Global, you sign up, send me an email, because they put you in a holding tank. And then I have to place you before you'll be able to get in further, apparently. So check that out. And here goes the video.
Blockchain is redefining how we operate as a society, from supply chain to payment solutions. But the multi-step, profound essence of the technology also creates conditions that add confusion to the cryptosphere, sometimes feeling like opportunities are reserved for the upper elite. Revolution occurs when the physical and digital converge at a single point, where a whirlwind of ideas demolishes old concepts and builds something new amidst the ruins. Introducing the decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology known as the DEPT ecosystem. DEPT is a vertically integrated, all-inclusive and home-based solution to blockchain complexities. All of the projects are unique in that each one is supported by or linked to a specific sector in the commodities market. Moreover, the collision of crypto and precious natural resources have generated a token that binds the entire system together. This is where crypto meets commodities. The DEPT token is the central support and utility token for the DEPT ecosystem. It features a growing list of token projects that will boast swap pairing with the DEPT token. Other ecosystem projects are deflationary, with transfer fees to support the network, discouraging frequent trading. Because of this, ecosystem token holders will be encouraged to transfer their project token value to the DEPT token before transferring and using it for trading and liquidity. Given its central role on the platform, the DEPT token will generate increased demand as more and more projects enter the ecosystem and projects mature. At its core, the DEPT ecosystem collectively gathers all sectors in the commodities market. Black Gold, or BGLD, is a revolutionary blockchain project based on the physical production and sale of crude oil. Natural Gas, or NATG, is an innovative blockchain project designed to streamline efficiencies in the world of exploration and is working to enhance the physical production and sale of natural gas. Grow's groundbreaking technology fosters participation in the growing industry of high-yield agricultural products. Digital linked metals, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, use cutting-edge technology to locate and extract rare precious earth metals. Along with our partners, both foreign and domestic, we ensure every metal token is linked with its physical counterpart. With many more projects on the horizon, the main goal of the DEPT ecosystem is to present complex commodities markets to you in a way that is easy to both understand and participate in. rewarding you for your support. The Dept ecosystem is where crypto meets commodities. We are committed to projects that empower you, influence history, discover unexplored territory. Shift perceptions with thedebtbox.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Just a little preview. All I can say is backed by real world assets. That's how crypto should operate. No reason to take any high risk, high rewards, no matter what. This is still high risk as well, but not really high risk, but it's still risk. No matter when you depart from using your money yourself and give it to someone else, it's always a risk. All right, just keep that in mind. So this is another project. There's two projects for 2023, the number one projects for 2023. And we have two of them here, ladies and gentlemen. Real stores, real businesses, licensed, regulated, all there. We don't have to worry about somebody on an exchange without our keys. All right, none of that. Now, I'm going to actually go back and show you what it looks like because there's an announcement. So I might as well show you guys what the back office looks like. And oh, by the way, XPLR went up 4.2% today. It's at 3 cents. It was just that the other day, it was like 0.18 or 0.19. It blew through 2 cents and now it's 3 cents. Wow. No wonder it increased dramatically. Here we go. DebtBox, 1 year old, ladies and gentlemen. They launched 7 tokens. All of them I've mentioned. Activated over 1.6 million software mining licenses and added over 32,000 users in more than 110 countries. Is that awesome or what? That is incredible. Incredible. There's a community vote. I'm going to show you something else. Here's the burn notice, ladies and gentlemen. They give you the wallet address. All right. They give you the transactions. This is from the profits from the natural gas. That is 3.2 million of natural gas tokens on October 19th. Also from the oil. Again, here are the transaction hashes. $6 million of tokens were burned. Not only that, every year there's a halving, right? You guys have heard of Bitcoin halving? Well, so do these guys. XPLR and aluminum, they have every October 1st. So not only did they have October 1st, sometime down the line when the royalties come in, they're going to be buying up the token and then burning the token. There is no schedule for that. It's based on when they receive royalties or their partnership agreement. They just randomly do it. They don't let people know because otherwise people will try to game the system. So just letting you know, just on those, and all of them are going to do that. All right. So just keep that in mind. Here are some of the nodes and the license mining. Here we are. Oh, looky here, ladies and gentlemen. We are up to the in the next day or so, or maybe now, it's up there. Also, 100% return coming up. XPLR, ladies and gentlemen. That's the node. And here's the 7 of them. Aluminum, grow, natural gas, debt, DLG, BGLD. Now that I'm seeing this, this is what's coming out, everybody, in December. The debt, what you guys don't know is right now there's an EGI pool. So when somebody sells their tokens, part of the tokens that are sold goes to the EGI pool, and the EGI pool is also for mining. Debt is a token. It's the mother token, but it's also a chain. There's going to be a debt blockchain. There is a debt blockchain. They're going to tie the debt license. You can buy those in December for $1,000. The oil license are going to be available in January, and only 5,000 of them. So you're going to have choices to make. We're all going to have choices to make. Because by the time January rolls, and by the time next month rolls around, everybody's going to have $1,000 in their accounts or more to actually take the money out of this account and put it and go buy another node or another license. And can you imagine getting a debt license? Because that's the debt box chain, which is going to function as a node. So profits are going to come from the interaction. And by the way, all of these are tokens that you can exchange on PancakeSwap. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. PancakeSwap. These are all tokens. All right. You can swap them on PancakeSwap into the debt token. The debt token's the mother token, like I said. Currently $10, dropping like a rock, I should say, because initially when we started this, the debt token was actually around $19, $18, $17, somewhere in there. Now it's down to 10. I'm not mad at it because they don't have a license for the debt yet. When they start in the next month, they're going to have a license for the debt. And then the debt box chain is going to come out. And now when you're doing these swaps and doing all that, that interacts with the chain, that's going to be very interesting how that's going to work. In fact, don't even need to be on Binance. They'll be able to have their own chain. So everybody that's buying and selling and doing their transactions is going to go to the debt box chain, which means the debt token is going to have a value. So there's utility that's going to be built in. All right. So let's show the mining for everybody that's not familiar. This is what it simply looks like in the back office right here. It mines 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They give you the last mining cycle. Oh my, look at this, $10 a day. That's $300 a month. I mean, yeah, $300 a month if it was able to keep up this price. 349 tokens every day right now. And it's been hovering around this 350, 349 for a while, which is awesome. Initially, when we first started 2 months ago, it was 485 XPLR, 480. But as they sell more license, that means the tokens have to be spread across. But since they raised the price of the license to $22.50, less people there won't be a mad rush, especially during the holidays. So that gives us a little bit of opportunity and time. So again, mine last cycle, 24 hours. All right. And you guys can see pretty much what it looks like. Current cycle just started in the last 2 hours, I believe. It's 51 and it's going to go probably to 340 tomorrow. Total mine, 35,000 tokens. The reason why you don't want to really sell these tokens is just what happened here. If you would have sold 30,000 of these tokens at 1.8 cents, you might be a little upset that the token is now selling at 3 cents, a full another 1.2 cents. That has increased the value significantly. Instead of only earning $6 a day, you're up to $10 a day now. And those tokens that you sold off are more valuable now. So all I'm saying is this is the reason why you mine early in new projects. And especially a project that's backed by real world. It's not some guess. It's not this 1% per day, 3% a week. And we don't know, oh, we're arbitraging in the background. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Or we got some other funky thing that we can do in the background. No, we know these guys have oil deals. We know they have aluminum and bauxite and natural gas fields. We know they have a partnership with companies. So that's what makes this very, very special. So some of you may not be able to buy a license. That's why we have the group economics. If you want to get in on the group economics, it's now had to be increased to $2,250 for an XPLR node license. 250 is the increment. The link is down below, also below the IX Global. But if you want to get in, it's 250 increments, 250 minimum. And again, you can use your debit, credit, checking account through PayPal, or you can use USDT, and you can be on BEP20, TRC20, ERC20, or send it Polygram, AVAX. All the instructions is at the checkout. And if you do decide to use your debit card, credit card, or PayPal, make sure you check the box that says, I'm going to pay for the transaction. Because again, you only earn a percentage of what you put in. So at $22.50, I haven't done the math, but roughly, I don't know the numbers, but at 500, for instance, you're going to be something at over 10%. It's probably 11% or 12%, but that's what you would receive as far as whenever this is going to be a withdrawal, you're going to receive that 12%, let's call it, of the token count. All right. So that's how it works. If you put in half, let's say 1,120, 2250, actually, no, we can't do half. But anyhow, you put in, let's say 1,250, that's a little more than half. So in our example here, this would be, you'd get half of the 35 when we do a withdrawal. So that would be half. So you would have 1,750, let's say. All right. 17,500, let's call it. So that's how it works out when you do the group economics plan. The link is down below for the 2250 XPLR business. So that way you can get in and you don't have to lose if you can't afford the 2250 node. And if you're going to buy the XPLR or any node, and you can see them down below, any of these licenses, then you want to become an IX Global member. You can be a member only at around $15 to $25. I haven't looked at that. But if you want to have a link to sign up other people and have another extra stream of revenue by signing up and sponsoring other people and receive residual income from that, then you have to sign up at $115, $115, $145, or $180, which is worth it if you plan on marketing it. If you're not, then you might as well just become a member and pay the monthly membership fee of $15 or $25 a month. But if you plan on sharing it, that's the only way you're going to have a link, because you have to spend the $115, $145, or the $180 because they have other things like a travel, they have Forex trading. So that's why you might pay an additional amount, the $145 or $180, because you'll be able to trade in Forex and have other accounts in the back office at IX Global. So once again, the link for all of that is down below the video in the description area. And don't forget your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Those are down below in the description area as well. All of you who have Robinhood and Webull, share with your friends because they're giving an insanely amount of free shares of stock. 15, 20 free shares of stock is the latest promotion for referring people. Log into your apps, refer people. That's Webull. They're going above and beyond the call of duty here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. They're just doing so much damage. It's out of control. So make sure you refer people with using your Robinhood is just 1 for 1. They just give you one free share of stock. But Webull, that's the one, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're 1 hour, 42 minutes in. That's pretty much it as far as the backed crypto. That's what we want. Okay, look who else is in the house tonight. A3 Saval is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And he says hello, all hello to you. And again, appreciate you being here, A3 Saval. Hopefully everything's been going well. And again, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 43 minutes in. Smash that like button. And that's so the YouTube gods know that we're here in the house and you're here in the house and that we're talking about all of this. Because when there's blood in the streets, you got to buy assets, ladies and gentlemen, right? And you have one job. Find the best asset class, the best opportunity while there is a down environment financially. This is what we need to do, right? Makes sense. Just like it makes sense that we know car companies are going to be making EVs. So it kind of makes sense that if there's an aluminum license that we might want to get into aluminum, right? But it also makes sense that we might want to get into stocks that have to do with the electric vehicle, like a charge point or a charging station like EVgo. EVgo is actually a stock, right? It charges faster than ChargePoint charge stations, but there's a new company And unfortunately, the name escapes me, that charges in less than 10 minutes, 10 minutes or less. That's right. That beats everybody. So this is what's going to end up happening. And who's going to need these products and supplies? Those are the companies you should be thinking about investing in on the stock market while they are cheap. They are going to be the next Amazons. They're going to be the next Microsofts and Apples, because millions of vehicles are going to need supplies, whether it's batteries, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether it's chips. All of that infrastructure is going to be needed. So think about, this is the assets we buy when there's blood in the streets, because this is going to be the cheapest time to get them. Maybe just not yet, but maybe in a month or two, right? It could get worse. I think it will. So you'll be able to get these under 10. Some of these are under $10 right now. That's how crazy this is. Ford. In fact, why don't we do this, guys? This is what we do here, in case you're new. We sometimes just do impromptu. All right. That's what we do around here. We go impromptu on everybody. All right. That's what we do around here. Impromptu. So let's go see what Ford stock is. Committed. It's cheap, right? $14. Cheap. They're even giving out a yield again, 4% right now. They're committed. GM stock, committed, right? Mercedes, right? Look at that. A little 1%, but nonetheless, $39.93. That's cheap, right? 36% down. These guys are big time, right? VW. They own Porsche, right? Porsche already makes EVs. Look at this, $14.66, ladies and gentlemen. You guys paying attention? EVgo, right? Look at this, $7.23. No dividend yield. All right. DC fast charging station network, more than 850 right now. I don't know the new company name, so I don't even know if they're on the stock market, but check those out, right? Then you have companies like Lucid. Look at this, $12. They're not like GM. They're not Ford. They're not VW. They're not Hyundai. They're not Infinity, right? They're not Honda. But look, $12, right? Almost near their 52-week low. They're the high-end class is what I'm going to call them. All right. So think about all of this. This is the future. And you have a chance to get them when there's blood in the streets. In fact, let's go with even the Chinese stocks, NIOs. They're selling millions of units overseas and in Europe under the radar. Unbelievable. They wanted to do a different system. They want a battery swap, which I thought was a good plan. That way you never had to worry. You just roll in almost like a gas station. After you go 350, 400 miles, you roll in, your car automatically changes your battery and you're off. Like a quick change, almost like a pit stop. I thought that was pretty good, but then you'll have to build the pit stop infrastructure, which that presents a problem, right? Somewhat, but you have a whole bunch of old gas stations sitting around vacant if you really think about it. But then you need infrastructure versus just a cord and a line and charge. But I like the other one, roll up, 5 minutes later, we're out. I have no problem with that. But we'll see what's going to play out here because new technology is coming out. Hydrogen technology is pretty good. There's other technologies that's actually better than just straight up electric vehicle battery power. So there's going to be some other technological changes that's going to come out. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. There's even, I don't even know if Rivian has a truck coming out, which is very interesting. I can't even believe this. I mean, this is crazy. Their stock at one time was $180. I mean, that's how crazy this is. But their pickup truck, it's out. They had a few orders even, but the pickup truck SUV is going to be Hummer is also out. So there's going to be the F-150, one of the all-time best sellers. That's a Ford vehicle. So I think right now you have every opportunity. I don't want to hear anybody 2 years from now talking about, hey, I didn't buy any of these future stocks. It's already in stone. Countries have already said we're going to be EV by 2030, by 2035. Car companies have said we're going to be EV by 2025, 2026. So it's already happening. All right. So don't talk to me 2 years from now and be like, Eric, man, I didn't know. You guys know already. In fact, you knew 2 years ago when all these stocks that I just showed you were under $5. All right. So I don't want to hear 2 years from now that when these things are whatever they're going to be, whether they're 100, whether they're 200, whether they're 400, I don't want to hear that you missed out, because if you were here in 2022, then you have no reason over the next 6 months while there's blood in the streets that you shouldn't be getting these things at their all-time lows, pretty much, or near their all-time lows. All right. Because there's nothing but when the economy gets better, then that just means they're going to be able to sell more of these vehicles. And that just means their value of their companies go up. So this is a yin and a yang, but you have the opportunity. You're living right now. Spend some of that extra disposable income and buy a few shares here and there. I'm not saying that the prices couldn't drop further. You have to do your own due diligence, do your own research. All right. So that's the number one key. But this is what we want. We want to get assets right now. Now, some of you might be saying, okay, I'm set with my assets. I'm doing that. And I think I want to buy some of these liabilities, cars, boats, RVs, and all that. Sit back and chill out. They're going to be cheap as hell starting January through June, July. They're going to go down even further. People are going to be giving these things away. Dealers are going to be saying, hey, here, take them off my lot, please. You're going to be able to do crazy deals. All right. So just sit back and relax if you want some of these toys, as I call it. This is the time you get toys. You buy assets when there's blood in the streets. And those reason why there's blood in the streets, people are selling their toys. All right. They're losing jobs. Got to sell toys. Do whatever, selling toys. So just keep that in mind. You'll be able to pick up toys, all the toys you want. Whatever those toys are, you'll be able to get them cheap. All right. That's the time you buy liabilities, when they're cheap. You don't buy liabilities when it's a good economy. And the next thing you know, those liabilities are priced 5, 6, 7, 8 times what their real value is. You buy liabilities now. All right. Okay. Stories. I always have stories, right? At the end of 2000, or 1999, 2000, when it was a dot-com bubble, I go into Harley Davidson because I was like, I want one of those fat boys. And I go in Harley Davidson, and I can't remember what the guy said, but it was something crazy. So you got to remember, in 2000, you could buy a car for $10,000 all day, every day, $12,000, $15,000. Hell, Hondas were $12,000. Toyotas were $10,000 or $12,000. And you could buy some cars under $10,000. So I didn't really I never thought about how much a Harley Davidson was or anything. I just said, well, they're just a motorcycle. How much can they really be, right? A lot of my friends had the Pocket Rockets, and those were like $7,000, $6,000, $9,000 or something. And so I didn't think anything of it until I went to the Harley dealership. I always liked the fat boy. I liked the way it looked. So I go up in there. The guy's like, I think he said something like 28 G's, 30 G's. I was just like looking at him like I was waiting for him to crack a smile. He didn't crack a smile. I was like, okay, man, come on, stop playing with me. How much is it? I said, okay, it's like 15, right? Or 12 or something. He's like, no, 28, 30. I was like, okay, that won't happen. So my adventure for my fat boy Harley Davidson went by the wayside. So meanwhile, I go up to Reno during something called Street Vibrations. It's a motorcycle event. So I'm like, okay, Harley Davidson fat boy's out, but I'm not a motorcycle guy. So I don't even really know anything other than Harley. That Fat Boy looks cool. I was like, okay, let me go up here to Street Vibrations and see what's happening. I go up to Street Vibrations. All of a sudden, I go down this one side street next to Harrah's in Reno. And next thing I know, I see this motorcycle that's all fixed up. And I think it's a Fat Boy because it's a belt drive and it has nice paint job. It's big, it's long. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. What is this? And I couldn't believe what the guy said. He goes, this is a Yamaha. And at the time, it was a Yamaha, I think it was a Yamaha 1300 or something. I was like, what? A Yamaha 1300? What the hell is this? I said, this looks just like, they said, yeah, the fender. I said, most people think it's a Harley or something. And I said, I thought it was. And then I found out it wasn't really belt drive. It was a shaft drive. Okay, so Japanese or European models, I don't really know. They have shaft drives. Well, I was like, okay, that looks stupid. I don't really care about that. So the guy goes, well, if you like this bike, hold on. We're pulling something out of the trailer. And I was like, okay. He pulls something out of the trailer. This one has the belt drive. So I thought the other one had belt, but it didn't. This one has belt drive. So I was like, oh, okay. So you guys actually have a Harley out here. He's like, no. He goes, this is a Yamaha Roadstar belt drive. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, this looks just like a Harley, actually, but it's a Yamaha. I said, come on, stop playing with me. He's like, I'm not playing. So then I said, how much is it? Dude says $11,000. I was like, hold on. I got to check this out. Belt drive. And since the dirty little secrets are, certain things on a motorcycle, the carburetors, usually from Japan anyhow, even for a Harley. The brakes, usually from Japan, also on a Harley. So it didn't really matter to me brand because I didn't have a brand awareness, or did I care about a brand? I just wanted something that was cool, didn't break down, efficient. And all I know is a lot of my friends have the pocket rockets for the Yamahas, right? Never break down. So I don't know anything about this newfangled other stuff, their belt drives. So I don't buy anything on the spot. It's just a show. They're showing this. But I go back home, and what do? Do your own research. So it's September. So I do my own research over the next 5-6 months. I learn a lot. I sit there and I'm like, wait a minute. This thing is the exact same size as a Fat Boy, actually a few inches longer, few inches wider, actually has a bigger tank of gas, 5 gallons, and has more horsepower and more torque than the Fat Boy for almost a third of the price. So for me, I didn't really care. I wasn't allegiant to Harley Davidson. They're just a motorcycle company out of Milwaukee, as far as I'm concerned. So now I'm going down and I start looking at $11,000 for everything, bags, everything. So now I go across the Auto Trader. What happens? I see like some guy. So now it's like 2002, because I don't really need it. I'm just want to have fun. 2002. I see this guy in the Auto Trader that says he has this Roadstar that's a blacked out edition, diamond engine crusted thing and all this. And it's in Arizona. He's selling it for like $8,900, 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm coming to Arizona to get it. And I'm in California, Sacramento, and I tell the guys, I'm calling on the phone. I say, hey, man, you have the pink slip, right? Because if I'm coming down there, I'm going to give you cash. So therefore, I'm riding back with it, or actually on the trailer. But anyhow, I'm going to get it then. So make sure you have a pink slip. Yeah, I got the pink slip. I'm all good. So now I round up one of my daughters. I say, hey, you guys want to go on a road trip? Only one of my daughters says, okay, I'm going to come. Go up to the Grand Canyon, hang out in Flagstaff for a few days. I call the guy up, in Mesa, I think he lived. I come down with my vehicle in the trailer. I'm calling him when I get down there, and I'm in Arizona now, Phoenix. Hey, man, where are we going to meet at? Because I need to, get this handled. You know what the guy says? He says to me, meet me at the bank. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what are we going to the bank for? I have cash. You have pink slip. You have vehicle. What the hell? He goes, oh, no, man. The bank has the pink slip. I was like, dude, I came all this way and you're telling me the bank has the pink slip? I'm telling you it's not true. They don't hold your pink slip. We're not rolling in there. I'm not giving them like 8 G's. They're not giving me back a pink slip. That's not how this works. He goes, no, that's how it works. I go, okay, let's do a 3-way right now. Let's call the bank up. The bank's like, oh yeah, we don't have that pink slip, sir. You can't get that pink slip today. I said, I know. And I said, I was pissed. So I gave him some few choice words. So now I head back up to Flagstaff because, as you guys know, I was always in the vacation biz. So I have a week at the Flagstaff resort. It's a Wyndham, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Wyndham property in Flagstaff, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, whatever, villa or townhouse, whatever you want to call them. So I had a week to stay up there. What do? I get the Auto Trader magazine, Arizona. They used to be separate. California has one, Arizona has one. What do I see? Unbelievably, somebody in there has a Yamaha Roadstar Silverado. That's all decked out, windshield, bags, everything, and some chrome added here or there. I can't remember what it was. I see $6,999. I call the guy up. The only reason he's selling it for that is because guess what happens? It's a motorcycle. It was laid down. So the guy, I guess, got in an accident. He laid it down. This guy bought it at an insurance auction. So I was just like, okay, $6,995 or 99, whatever he wanted. I said, okay. Of course, I was going to deck it out myself. Tricky paint job, throw on some more chrome all over the damn place. So being that it was already kind of messed up was no problem with me. All I wanted to know was if the frame and the situation with that was messed up. And there's no way he would know. He's like, I don't know. I don't even ride motorcycles. I just got it because it was cheap. He probably bought it for like $3,000 or something. But nonetheless, so I drive, wait for this guy 2-3 days. So I'm in Flagstaff, hanging up, going again to the Grand Canyon with my daughter. Finally, he calls me up, says, I'm coming from San Diego. I'll be in Phoenix the next day. So needless to say, I was previously going to buy a motorcycle for $8,000 something. Now I'm going to buy one for $6,900 as far as I'm concerned at this point. Get down there to the place. Some of you have heard the story at the end. Get down to the place. The guy says, I look at it. Sure enough, the rear fender is bent a little bit up. No biggie. I was not going to use it anyhow. The tank, the guy fell on the side, so the tank is indented. No biggie. It's still not broken. It's still holding gas. I'm like, all right, what else? Oh, the handlebar got scraped because it fell down on the same side, and the back side of the fender got scraped because it came on that side. I was like, this is it? And to me, it's this is it. But of course, in my head, it's this is it. But in the mind, it's like, okay, I'm going to be using this to get a reduction in price. So anyhow, the guy starts talking. He's only trying to go $6,500. And I'm just like, okay, $6,000. And he says, I don't know, man. I don't want to go down to $6,000. I said, well, actually, this is a road trip for me at this point. So I'll leave and you can try and sell it to somebody else then for $6,000. So needless to say, it does start, it does run. I drove it around and yeah, everything's fine. There's no issues whatsoever other than somebody laid it down lightly, I guess. Fell over or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, we come up to this conclusion. Here's the negotiation ends with, hey, man, I'm not going to budget 6. You ain't going to budget 6,500. Why don't we just flip a coin? That's what we did. Heads, well, I always pick tails. So tails, 6,000, heads, 6,500. And so then I'm like, okay, my daughter's with me. So I let her, I say, hey, you're going to have to flip the coin. And she flips the coin and it comes up tails. So I buy this Yamaha Roadstar Silverado fully decked out for $6,000. It runs and everything, no problem, other than the little minor paint stuff is scraped and the fender's bent and all this stuff, right? Put it on the tow truck, get it back to Sacktown. I basically go do what you should do your own due diligence. I take it down to Yamaha, pay the $250 for the oil change, making sure the belt's tight, making sure everything's all legit, changing the brakes, changing the brake oil, doing all of it. $250 is what it cost back in the day. So I see some guys at Yamaha. They're all like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. You got the full thing." I'm like, "Yeah." So now these guys are inviting me on these motorcycle runs. Now I'm not a motorcycle guy, but hey, I go for these runs. So one of the runs is going all the way to. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to go to Modesto." And Modesto is about 140 miles away. Okay, all of us have Yamaha Roadstars, though. They're 5 gallons. So we can go like 150 miles on a tank. No problem. So we drive down there. I'm driving this old thing, Modesto Custom Cycles. Little did I know, I find out they're like the premier Yamaha designer, so to speak. So if you want things chromed out, you go see him. If you want some fender and whatever you want modified, you go see them. So I meet this guy, and actually he comes in and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay. They're like, "Oh yeah, all this chrome costs $150. I'm like, wait, my front forks are going to be chromed? Yep. My front calipers chrome and rear? Yep. Rotor chrome? Yep. Handlebar and brakes chromed? Yep. Brake reservoir chrome? Yep. I was just like, how much is this? And he said, said something crazy, like 350, 400 for all of it. I was like, hell yeah. So I didn't have to leave the bike because they have the tins and all that. They have to do separately. So they had somebody else's that they did. So I just came back down, dropped the bike one day, went off to go eat for like 6-7 hours, came back, all of it's on. Then I have on a forum and a world famous artist, which I didn't know he was world famous. He painted somebody's a guy in Texas Roadstar. And so the guy in Texas, after he saw the tins, he didn't want it. Back in the day, people don't want green. Well, he wanted it, I guess, but for whatever reason, he said, I don't want it in this green configuration. I want to change mine to yellow. So I'm on a forum, and the guy says on the forum, he's like, who wants these? Who wants the tin, which is the fenders, fender, tank, back fender, tank, rear fender, and on the Yamaha, they have another little tank that's underneath the seat. So he's like, who wants all the tins is what we call it. And I'm sitting there like, oh, these are cool. At least for me, it's cool. And he says on the forum, he says, I want like $1,300. Well, on the forum, I'm not a motorcycle guy. The thing's been on the forum for like 6-7 days. Nobody's offered him anything. So I hit him up and I said, hey, man, what's going on? You still have this? And he goes, yeah, I have it. I said, okay, well, it's been here for 7 days and not even one person's done anything. He goes, yeah, it looks like nobody wants it. So I'm going to reduce the price. I said, yeah, how about $900? He's like, what? He said, nah, I don't think so. I said, I think so. So anyhow, we figure out whatever. I think I paid $950 for the tins. At the time, Roderick Fuchs, Fuchs. In fact, I'll show some love. At the time, I didn't know who the guy was that painted it. And the guy didn't say that he paints motorcycles. All he was like, I want the yellow one. So I guess Rod must have made a deal with him since he painted that one. He already has the layout, so he was going to do yellow. So therefore, I guess he probably gave him a deal. So ultimate story is he gave me that for $950. So that's how I have the tricky green and arrows and looks like Godzilla type paint job, right? Meanwhile, all those old parts I sold off. So the all the stuff that was scraped up, people wanted those because they would pound it out or modify them, cut them, chop them, do whatever. That had value. So in the meanwhile, I sold all the stuff on my bike, even the bags, because I wanted some other bags that we can I can't remember the name of the bags, but the bags are where you can just take them off. You don't have to bolt them on. So you take off the bag. So I said, I need the other bags. They're bigger and you can just take them off. So everything that I sold from the used parts, I got about $1,500. The bags, the factory bags, $750 by themselves. Even one side scraped up. So I sold the floorboards and then I got the chrome floorboards for the same price. I sold the pipes. And then the whole story keeps going. The pipes were factory pipes. Somebody actually wanted those for like $300, $250, cheap as hell. I was like, nobody's going to buy 1,000, but pipes were $1,000, $800, $500. Well, get this. My bike was already messed up. And when it was at Yamaha, they actually messed up my rear fender. They backed it into a curb. My rear fender was already messed up, but they messed it up even more. What do? They come in and say, oh, we're sad now. You know I'm upset. I'm like, what's going on, man? How are you guys doing this? You guys got to make this right. Do something. They said, here's some pipes. Samson pipes. And I'm like, what? I was going to change. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to change the pipes anyhow. So I have Samson pipes now. And those Samson pipes are worth around $400-500. So I'm thinking they're cool. They were slash cut, but then they didn't have any baffles in them. So now if you don't have baffles in the exhaust system, it doesn't sound, it's all messed up. The airflow is all kind of messed up. So anyhow, shout out to Samson Pipes, motorcycle pipes. I got to show them nothing but love as well because the story continues. I call up Samson. Samson says, okay, no baffles. And I said, hey, I was looking on your website. I like these other pipes. They're like 3.5-inch pipes. They're bigger and wider. He's like, all right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have somebody come up there and pick up the pipes and I'll swap them. So he swaps pipes with me. No cost. Samson, LA, shout out. And righteous guys. So I get the pipes back. I put those on. And again, no baffles. And the other thing about the Samsons at the time, they weren't dual wall. So therefore, one wall means your pipes are going to blue. So I was like, I called him up and I said, hey, man, these aren't dual wall. What's happening? You guys don't make dual wall pipes? He's like, oh, no, most of our pipes aren't dual wall. I was like, well, then I don't want yellow pipes or bluish pipes. I want my pipes to always be chromed out. So you know what he says? He says, no worries. We don't have anything else like that. But I would suggest you go to the dealer and see if they'll swap something for you. So dealer says, nah, we're not going to swap them out. I call Hard Chrome because Hard Chrome has dual walls. They have a 3-inch, 3.5-inch, but they're like 4 feet. They're probably like 3 feet long pipes, so it comes out all the way to the back of the fender. But yet Hard Chrome, so this is 2003, 2004, Hard Chrome has some new pipes called American Classics. The American Classics don't only go back to where the rotor is. I was like, oh, this is sweet. And dual dual insulated, so the pipes will always be chrome. These guys say, we will take your Samson pipes, ship this down to us. We'll give you the American Classics because they just came out. Nobody knows about it. And you'll be giving us a little promotion. Sure enough, after I put the paint job on, after I got the chrome from Modesto Custom Cycle, after I put on the American Classics, I'm driving around. Everybody thinks I'm driving a Harley Davidson for some strange reason. Now I'm getting stopped. Where'd you get these pipes? I'm actually promoting American Classic pipes for hard chrome. And people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They always have these longer ones. I was like, I always was looking for these short ones. So now people are buying them from hard chrome because they see me driving around with them. Now we go down to the guys call me up because, you know, I'm not in a gang or anything, but the guys know that I had the old school bike. They know the one that's all messed up. So these guys call me up and they say, hey, man, you're going to the Hollister motorcycle run. I was like, Hollister, what's that? Where's that? They're like, every year during 4th of July, I think it is. Hollister is like the biggest motorcycle run in like Central California, whatever they're talking. So again, I'm not really with these guys, but of course I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys there. I show up on the bike and they have Mustang seats is actually in Hollister, which by the way, my bike has Mustang seats. It came with it also, by the way. I forgot about that part. But anyhow, my bike has Mustang seats because it's 2 passengers, right? So I'm driving over to Mustang. Didn't hook up with any of the guys, not seen the guys because everybody's wearing helmets, masks, whatever. So you don't really know people unless you know their bike. So I'm pulling in to Mustang. All of a sudden, the guys that I went to Modesto Custom Cycle and met at Yamaha in Sacramento, they're actually all together and they're coming out of Mustang. And I'm not talking about Mustang Ranch. I'm talking about Mustang seats. All right. So they're coming out and they see me because I have a special helmet. So they know I have a camouflage type helmet, something that they don't even make anymore. So when they saw my helmet, they all knew it was me. But the first thing they said was, whose bike is that? Because they were like, they saw my other bike. They didn't see the new stuff. They were like, man, so you got a new bike, or whose bike is that? All this stuff. When I told them that this is the same bike, they all said, okay, we got to pull over. I don't believe you. So then they're like, I started showing them and I'm like, look, I still have the Yamaha emblem on here. You guys see this is Yamaha. They're just like, this is unbelievable. So that is the long story since it's here 2 hours, 17 minutes in. This is all to say you have one job. Know when to buy. Just be patient. And liabilities are going to be on sale. So motorcycles, boats, cars, everything that's a liability are going to be on sale. Airplanes, whatever you want and you can afford, you can buy them. And no sense in buying them now. Just wait another year and a half, and they will be cheap as hell. That's when you buy them. And in the meantime, join us with the Debt Box nodes, get a license, or get into the cash flow NFT, because next year, this time, you're going to be receiving passive income. And even now with Debt Box node, passive income is every day. All right. You already know with XPLR, I showed you in the back office. It's right now at this price. If it stays 3 cents, that's $10 a day, $300 a month, $3,600 a year. That's nothing to sneeze at. And it's only going to get better when they launch their satellite first quarter 2023. All right. So the links are down below. IX Global, if you want to go on your own and buy like Laverne Penix and buy your own license and node, please use the IX Global link. Check out the videos online. They're right here. You can, down below in the box below the IX Global, I have a link for one of the videos I did to explain the IX Global Debt Box node licenses. All right. And that is one thing. And then if you can't afford it and don't want to just afford it, you always can get into our 2250 XPLR group economics. And then the Miracle Cash and more. I'll say it again. Real stores are already open in Europe. backed by real world assets, ladies and gentlemen, exchanges. All right. They have their own exchange. That's major. They have their own insurance for landlords. So that gets tenants in there. They have Miracle Deal, which means people can borrow. They have their own stable coin, by the way. So that means people can borrow. All right. Those are some of the things right there that are very, very important. That's Miracle Cash and More. They have their own store. They have their own merchant account. They have their own ATMs. All those transaction fees, we get part of that as a cash flow NFT holder. So again, real world business. So again, somebody else is in the house now. Brian P is here. Says smash that like button. I love it. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here, Brian P. And I appreciate that. Smash that like button at 2 hours and 20 minutes in the house. So anyhow, that was a long story I gave you guys, but I just wanted to illustrate after the dot bubble burst in 1999, 2000, 2001, everything was going like it is right now until they did the desert. Well, it wasn't Desert Storm, but the Iraq War. That's when things changed around for George W. Bush. And that's what jump-started the economy into 2004, 2005, 2006, home price increases. And then everybody can get a house and prices skyrocketed, but it wasn't sustainable. And they gave out loans just if you were breathing. All right. So we're going to be in that same situation T minus 2 years from now as the prices come back down. And it's going to be the rest of 2020s are going to be a roaring 2020s. All right. And that's why you got to get everything right now. Even starting your own business right now is a good thing. Because if you can start your business and start trickling or getting profits right now, imagine when the economy's better, what's going to happen. So if you can get your footing and get your piece of the pie, so to speak, market share, while there's limited market share, because oftentimes in a recession, people don't want to spend money on advertising. Ask Elon Musk and Twitter, right? So all of a sudden, you're able to get more market share because everybody is not spending money on trying to acquire customers. They're trying to worry about firing their employees, all right, to save money. So this is a time. That's why Opus Virtual Office is down below in the description. The first thing, because most people are starting home-based businesses, do not run your business out of your home in this environment today. It's dangerous. All right. You want to have them separated anyhow. So run your business address at a virtual office location. Benefits of a virtual office with Opus. Somebody answers your phone. Your business phone number is answered by a live person. They can transfer it to you. You have a business phone number they give it to you. You don't have to go get one. You also have a business fax number. I give that to you. They also report to your business credit profile for your business. That's significant. They get the mail. They have a receptionist. They have offices all over the U.S. So if you find yourself in another location, you can rent at your spot, or you can rent at another spot if you have a business meeting in another city. So that's the benefits in itself. You're on 411 as well. So that's some of the benefits. So please use the link down below if you're going to start a business, whether it's an LLC, a C Corp, no matter what. Separate you and your business because it's safer that way all the way around. You want to get a business checking account and you want it to be not with Bank of America or with JP Morgan's or Chase or whatever. You can also go to Bluevine. The benefits of Bluevine, it's online. But if you have $9,000 per month revenues coming through, you'll get a line of credit. Not profits, revenues every month. All right. So that's how you can build your credit under this recessionary situation. All right. Okay. Brian P says, what's up, Eric? What's up to you? Thank you so much for being here this late. Everybody, just so in case you're late, just like Brian P came in a little late tonight, I dropped 3 videos today. 3. That's right. They're going to keep coming, ladies and gentlemen, because there's so much to talk about. I've always wanted to drop multiples, and plus the fact hardly anybody sees them anyhow. All right. People are watching less of these than they ever watched any of my videos. So therefore, it doesn't really matter how many I drop, but I dropped 3 today. One was an actual Zoom call I came in a little late to the Zoom, but it actually, all the information is there for Cashflow NFT. So it's under the live feed. And then I copied it and put it on the regular videos. Then I did the FTX, Team FTX Exposed. I did that video with the Meet Kevin, the Griffin Stan, Stephen Graham Stephan. Then we have Andre Jake, Minority Report, Kevin O'Leary, a shark, SBF, all of their faces, Jeremy Lefebvre, all of their faces are on the thumbnail, along with Sam Bankman-Fried. All of them. Team FTX Exposed, but it's not what you think, ladies and gentlemen. You should always do your own due diligence and your own research on everything you want to do. All right? Just keep that in mind. So that's what the video is actually about. I put that thumbnail because I was like, everybody's capitalizing, calling those people that I just said as like they did something wrong because they got paid to promote. A lot of people get paid to promote businesses. It's a transactional thing. It's a different thing by taking money and you are a Kardashian and you're telling people to buy some coin or token that is backed by nothing, and you take your $800,000 fee and then you tell people, oh, this is the best coin in the world backed by nothing. That's a whole nother story. These guys were promoting a company that is on sports teams, on Formula One, on arenas, on scoreboards. The owner is hobnobbing with members of Congress. There is no way you're going to be able to believe that there's a problem. BlackRock, Sequoia, pension funds are giving him hundreds of millions of dollars. There's no way that you're going to be responsible by telling people to go get FTX exchange. You're thinking it's all good. Congress hasn't vetted them. BlackRock hasn't vetted them. Like I said earlier, none of these companies vetted them. I mean, you're thinking, and then when you find out Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, these guys are all invested in them, whether they're ambassadors or shareholders, all of them, you're thinking, okay, all these guys probably had their lawyers vet. You're thinking there's no way that me telling people to go get on an exchange is going to be major. So I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming the people here watching me right now. When I say, hey, you might want to think about getting ORC stock at 18% dividend return annually. And then ORC says, oh, we're not going to give out any more dividends in 5 months. And then you're going to blame me for that. I'd be like, that's not appropriate. You have to do your own research, ladies and gentlemen, for whatever you put your money into. I said this at the beginning, and I'm going to say this in case people came in later. So that's what you're doing. Just like when I'm talking about all these Miracle Cash and More, they're actually stores. Cashflow NFT is backed by Miracle Cash and More stores. When we're talking about the DebtBox node is backed by commodities, oil, gold, natural gas, silver, aluminum, satellite scan system, just to keep a few going. So, but if it blows up, you have to take responsibility for doing your own research. If you vet and then you say, oh, okay, I'm going to put my money in, you can't be talking about somebody else told you to do something. You're supposed to be grown. You're supposed to be the investor. The other person is just giving you advice, just like the advice of, hey, Top Gun new movie was good. Go check it out. And then you go spend $100 at the movies with all the food, take a couple people with you. You spend $100. Then you find out the movie was no good. You're not going to blame the person that told you because they thought the movie was good, right? You should be blaming the guy that made the movie. And in this case, everybody should be blaming Sam Bankman-Fried and Ellison, Caroline Ellison, and her dad. I mean, you guys, there's a bunch of things going on behind the scenes, right? The lawyer, all of these people have done nefarious things before. So therefore, you're like, wait, hold on. And did you find out he's acting stupid? I'm not believing the guy's stupid. Didn't he go to like MIT or something? His dad is like a lawyer. I mean, so Bankman Fried, he's fried. Bankman Fried, he's not going to be acting stupid with me. I'm not giving him that stupid label. He knew exactly what he was doing. He said, I'm going to use customers' funds and I'm going to give them over here to my Alameda Research Fund. What's the problem? You guys, I'm just giving you a loan. Well, it's all based on the token price. If the token price goes to zero, then your value of your loan and the value of your company goes to zeros. So all those loans that you have outstanding that are used, your tokens are used as collateral, all that's due now. That's gone. He did that. He actually also took money out of accounts secretly, so the other executives didn't know anything about it. That is intent to defraud all the way around. There's no, I didn't know. He actually did that kind of stuff. So that's the person you should be blaming, not the messenger, is all I'm trying to say. A lot of people will say I'm sticking up for the YouTubers. You can look at it that way, but the fact of the matter is you're the one responsible for any investments that you do. And if you're actually really ultimately, just like I'm telling you about ORC and I'm telling you about AGNC, these stock symbols, ultimately you're the one that has to determine, is it really worth it? What's their bottom line? What's the cash flows? What's it look like? You're the one that ultimately has to place it in your responsibility category. All right. Just because I'm saying this is what you should be doing or what I'm doing doesn't necessarily mean that it's right for you or right for everybody. But if you hear me and you say, hey, let me go check this out, let me go see if it's worthwhile, and then you do it, and then something happens down the road, again, I don't feel that any messenger should be the one. You should be calling up the other guys going, hey, man, you guys messed up my stuff. What's going on? All right. Let me know if anybody, what you guys think about it. But we're going to wrap this up. 2 hours, 32 minutes in. I want to thank you guys again. Don't forget our Wednesday night live stream. It's at 8:50 p.m. We're going to have another subject matter. I don't know what it is because it's the wild, wild west right now. Wild, wild west. And there's going to be more fallout from the FTX because the lawyer, you guys know I used to play poker. And what you don't know is I never gave you the story about UB, Ultimate Bet. And I told people about this on Friday. They had something called God Mode. And what God Mode is you can imagine playing online poker. The room, Ultimate Bet, wherever they in Vegas or wherever these guys are, they could log in on God Mode and they could see everybody's cards. So that means they can win every hand they're involved in unless they want to purposely lose. So they stole millions of dollars. The lawyer for Ultimate Bet, who was on recording, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 2008, 2009, on a recording, talking with Russ Hamilton, they're saying, we did this and we're going to have to spin it a certain way to the general public. And they were going to actually have a female as a fall guy, the person that used to work for the previous company. And they were going to spin it to where the previous company employee went rogue, and that's who stole the money. That's what they were cooking up on the tape. Some of you may be going, well, what's that got to do with Bankman Fried? I know his name is Fried, but he's fried. What does that have to do with it? The attorney that's talking in 2008, 2009 on tape, talking about defrauding the United States government and all the players on that poker room, the Ultimate Bet, Absolute Poker. He's the same attorney for Bankman that's fried. Same attorney. Doing all this stuff. The tape, you should go look at, in fact, I'm going to get the tape. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the tape and just play it. That'll be one of my other videos. So you guys can understand it's the same lawyer that works for Sam Bankman-Fried. So talking about spin the tail of the tape, and some people are going, why was Bankman-Fried's dad in the Bahamas hanging out? Because he's a lawyer. That's why. He's a trust fund kid. Stop playing with all these guys. These guys are all friends. You have a dad who's in the hierarchy, top 10%er. They have other friends that are top 10%ers. His dad's obviously going to go down there. He's a lawyer, so he's going to know, talk to his friends, say, hey, how bad is this damage? Then his other lawyer, the one that spins things hella good, he's down there. He's trying to help him out, but he can't spin his way out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. There's a paper trail. There's other employees that work there. They're not going to go to jail for him. All right? So just keep all that in mind. This is going to be very, very bad. Professor Auntie Val still in the house. Thank you so much for still being here with the hearts and with the love and with the support. Nothing but love from Professor Auntie Val. And we're going to wrap it up. I said it before, but I keep talking, right? Because this is very, very serious. Any investments that you put your money into, you're going to have to pretty much do your due diligence. And then you're just going to pretty much have to go for it. Because that's the other thing. We can't win them all. All right? We're going to lose. Just like millionaires. They lose 17 times on average before they hit that millionaire status. They don't talk about that. All right? So you have to keep going. You have to keep investing. You have to keep putting your money where you think things are going to work out. Because if they do work out, like Mark Cuban says, then all you need to do is win that one time. Well, we might have found that one time twice in 2022. The cash flow NFT, the debt box nodes. We have two opportunities here with real world items, and it's working for the debt box nodes and it's working for the cash flow NFT. Cash flow NFT, by the way, for everybody who's still here, there's going to be another NFT that's coming out for other countries. Okay, LeRon let it out the bag on Monday. So there's two opportunities that if you have thousands of dollars, whether it's in crypto, whether it's in real money, if you have 5,000 or another 2,500 or so, or wait another month, another 1,000 sitting around. So less than $7,500, you can be in two companies. And actually $500, you can be in two companies because we have our group economics where $250 works on both of them. You get a percentage. But all I'm saying is you can be in two companies that have potentially game changers for you financially, game changers for you as far as your investment for receiving passive income, because both of them are set it and forget it. One-time payments. There's no monthly payments. So that's a beautiful thing. One is the Xbox or the debt box node license. You can sign up for a license by yourself. It's called IX Global. The link is down below. I'll say it again. The link is down below. And if you want to get into the group opportunity, that's called the 2250 XPLR group opportunity. Cashflow NFT, that is the bigger animal of them all because these guys have a 4-year exit plan. So that's the beauty of it. They're like, we're going to do this for 4 years. We're going to put in the ATMs. We're going to put in the merchant accounts. We're going to put in the POS system. We're going to have these stores, many stores in all of these countries. We're licensed. We're regulated. But at the end of 4 years, we think we're going to have a valuation of billions of dollars. We're going to sell it off then. And their share of the profits with NFT holders. And if you review the tape and see the PDF, they are estimating, this is an estimate. This does not necessarily mean it's going to happen, but they're estimating each NFT could be worth $12 million. These are all conservative numbers. How about that? $12 million on an exit strategy after year 4. Think about that. That's unheard of. So even if it's $5,000 is $1 million, $5,000 is $500,000. Either way you slice it at the end of 4 years, if that number is anything 200,000, that's still worth it. That's life-changing money because that allows you to then do a lot of different things. All right. So let's get it out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe this holiday season. I was at the place to get my windshield done, and I'm already paid the day before because I actually went the day before, but then I couldn't wait around for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I came back the next morning. I went early when they first opened, so I was one of the first ones in. A line starts forming about 20 minutes after they open. So people are just talking in line, and this lady's talking to her friend, and she's like, yeah, I'm glad you came with me, but last night I was downtown and my car got broken into. All of a sudden, it was unbelievable. The guy behind her says, oh my God, I was downtown too and my car got broken into. Okay, 2 people, no biggie. Third person chimes in. You guys were downtown? I was downtown too. I guess there's a crime spree downtown. Then the fourth person says, I was downtown too. It was unbelievable. 4 people in a row said they were downtown the previous night and their car got broken into and their glass got all messed up. That's why they're there to get this glass repair done. And I don't even know how many other people, because I just walked out after hearing that. I was just like, damn, this is crazy. So be careful out there this holiday season. Check your 20s, check everything. Check your backgrounds, check everything, ladies and gentlemen. When you come out of stores, don't be on your phone looking down. Just make sure everything is okay. All right? Make sure when you're out and about, everything's okay. When you're getting out of vehicles, in vehicles, walking in office buildings, out of office buildings, just watch your back. I don't care if you're male or female. Things are crazy out here. All right? And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here and watching the live streams, watching the videos. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. If you ever have any suggestions on anything that you want to talk about, because I pretty much talk about subject matter that I'm talking about, but maybe you want to talk about something different, we can go in that direction. I'm a little more diversified than what I've been talking about over the last year, but hey, we can talk about anything in reality, even psychology if you want. All right. So no matter what you want to talk about, you can always put a comment down below. Send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow. But hopefully I'm helping you guys out. It's another year down and we only have 45 days till 2023. But keep your head down, ladies and gentlemen, because we have opportunities before us and there's a couple of them. And I think these are winners. I don't see a downside at all, because all of these are not conducive to what the economy's doing. They make money on transactions. Just like we were going down to buy something today, that's transaction money that somebody's getting, that 2%, that 3%, that 5%. They're getting it. Somebody went to the ATM machine. Somebody paid a transaction fee. They're getting it. They don't have to do anything. It's not based on the economy. So they're going to get their profits regardless. That means we get profits regardless. So you got to get in, believe, do your due diligence. But I believe these are the top 2 for 2023. And we're lucky enough to know about it. And one of these is overseas, cash flow NFTs. And the DebtBox node is in the US and overseas as well, because the oil field is going to be in Ghana. That node or license is going to come out in January for $1,000. So everybody will have a shot at that, and we will have a group plan for that. But let's get that cash flow NFT first, because that 5,000, they only have 480 of those left. When they run out of those, no more. And UK is the 6th largest economy in the world. That means there's billions of dollars in transaction fees awaiting us over the next few years, which translates into a certain 3, 4, 5, 6% of that goes to NFT holders. That ends up being a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that in mind. So hopefully I gave you a little something to think about tonight. And I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.